Superior Court, Fulton County is now in session. Honorable Chief Judge, Juror Glanville presiding. Court come to order.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
Judge, the state ain't here either. Let's see, who knows? I got Adrian's number right there. I don't like talking to her. Call Hilton. Okay. Oh, is that why you hung up on me? Is that why you hung up on me?
What do you think that would look like in that beer?
Court admin. Admin says it's somebody that doesn't care.
Is everybody here other than?
Yes, sir.
Okay, other than Angie.
No, Max, I'm sorry, not Max, but Karen Matthews is not here. And Norris,
Okay. I reached.
he's here?
No, he's 15 minutes out. He was a bad record on 20.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Huh?
20 westbound conduct is good shut down.
All right. Oh, by the way. Yeah. And Violetta has no power.
Really?
Yeah, she's out. Yeah. So she said she can stay home. She says she hopes her food doesn't spoil. I was like, yeah, I said that. You know, I said, having replaced everything in the fridge a few times in my life, I said, that just sucks. And, you know, usually USA or whatever, they'll pay for if you have a power outage. A lot of times, they'll just send me a check.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, we know your power was out for 6
Chief Judge Juror Glanville is presiding. Court will now come to order.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. All right, we're going to go ahead and call roll this morning, and it'll be a short day for us today. Let's see, Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Botts, and Mr. Shard, I should say. Mr. Botts is not with us. All right, okay. Good morning. All right, Mr. Williams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams, and Ms. Renard, good morning. All right, Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Weinstein, good morning. All right, Mr. Huey and Mr. Matthew Sr., good morning. Mr. Nichols and Mr. Garner, and that's okay. All right, good morning. And then Mr. Ryan, Mr. D. Williams, your counsel is ill today. So we're going to go ahead and recess, unfortunately, because of that. I think these things kind of happen, so we're not going to take up anything today. So counsels for the state, good morning. Ms. Love, Ms. Hilton, and Messrs. Brown, Smith, and Atkins, good morning, gentlemen. Okay, all right. What we're going to do is I'm going to call our jurors out, and I'll just say, look, one of our counsels developed a medical issue, and we're going to be down till tomorrow morning. We'll start up at 9:30, okay? All right, anything else I need to take up? Okay, all right, let's summon our jurors out, and then we can get them on their way, and so can you. Is Mr. Stevens out? Okay, yeah, you can just have him come inside the courtroom and have a seat. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, all jurors present, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. All right, good morning, Mr. Botts. All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, you sound really good. I almost hate to tell you what I'm going to tell you at this point in time, but as you all know, as with the trial of any matter, things kind of happen. So last night, one of our lawyers took ill, so they're out today, and we're going to reconvene tomorrow morning at 9:30. So that's about the best I can tell you at this point in time. So, sorry we had to get you out in this weather, and you had to use your boats and pontoons and other flotation devices to get here, but we're glad all of you made it here safely, and I'm going to wish the same for your travels back to your residences. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have any other ministerial inquiry of me, it's going to be report for 9:30 tomorrow, and then we'll go ahead and continue with the presentation of the case to you, and the other scheduling that I've told you about Friday and next week still stand at this point in time. So anything of me at this point? Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience again. This is one of those things that just unfortunately happens, and I fear that it will probably happen again before we complete the matter with you. But we just have to be patient, and we thank you for your patience and your indulgence with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless you have anything else, remember my admonitions to you as I follow you always. And unless you have anything for me, 9:30 tomorrow morning, we'll go ahead and get started, okay? All right, okay. All rise. Look at you. He's looking like, I'm not falling for it this time. It's too quick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please proceed. Our jury has left us. All right. Is there anything I need to take up with you, ministerial, or I should say administrative in nature or anything? If not, we'll wish Miss Misty Williams expedited healing and health, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning for 9:30, okay? If you all could be here for 9:30, we'll get started as close to 100 hours as we possibly can, okay? All right, so we're in recess, all right? Okay.
Today, I'm going to try out the new generative fill tools in Photoshop to go from this to this. Obviously, I need to get rid of my hand here. I'll make a rough selection, click generative fill, then generate. Easy fix.
All the questions were different.
All of them?
Yes, from my understanding.
So the current charges, was that section different?
No.
So
that's what you're asking. I understand what you're asking now.
So we'll go over. Was the negotiated sentence, was that section different?
I didn't even see
Here, hold on.
Best evidence rules, since we're comparing two documents, I don't have that other document.
Your Honor, he is referenced.
I think he's just referencing conversation, so I'm going to overrule your objection, Mr. Steele. Unless there is another document that was.
No, Your Honor,
Okay,
this is something that.
Then I'll overrule the objection, sir.
This, and to be clear, so that the record is clear, the witness has testified about something that I'm now asking him.
Objection to speaking.
I'll sustain the objection. Just go ahead and ask the question, madam.
So,
Was section 3, the special conditions, were those different? Just, if you don't mind indulging me, were those different?
I didn't even see this. Me and my attorney went over the initial set of questions via the call box in the jail. I didn't even see any of these papers. She was just reading and talking to me. I didn't see any papers.
Okay. Did she go over the factual acknowledgments with you?
No, it was just the questions.
What questions are you talking about?
They're not here.
So, is it your testimony that none of the factual acknowledgments, none of section 4, have you seen any of section 4 before you signed the paperwork? And not on this physical document, but any of it before you got into court and signed it?
Are you saying from these set of questions or the initial set of questions? I thought we were talking about the initial set of questions. Because
I'm asking you.
Basis. I'm overruled the objection, madam.
I'm asking you, whether it's your testimony, that you have never seen on any medium or ever heard any of the questions or any of the statements under section 4, not necessarily on this piece of paper.
It's compound. Compound question. Why don't you just break
Have
it
you
down a
ever?
little slow, a little shorter.
Yes, Your Honor. Before you sign this document, had you ever seen or heard any of the questions in defendant's factual acknowledgements? Here, I'll let you look.
Defendant factual knowledge. All right. So, up under defendant's factual acknowledgements.
I don't need you to read them, but. are you able
I'm
to
answering the
tell me
question.
a
I'm not
number?
reading, I'm answering the question.
Okay, just tell me a number. Tell me the number of the questions that you had never seen before you signed that document. Never seen or heard.
Tell you a number. I'm confused. I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Can you just read to yourself did you read the document? when you
Yes.
signed it?
Yes. So I hope that this can answer your question. I seen this paper, the 28th and the 29th. I hope that can answer your question. I seen this paper, this whole entirety of this paper. My first time seeing this whole entirety of this paper was the 28th and the 29th.
That paper, does it have a DA seal at the top?
Yeah, what's a seal? Like a heading or something?
Yes.
Yes.
And that document, is it dated?
Yes.
What's the date?
December 20th, 2022.
And the question that I'm asking you specifically is not about the physical piece of paper in front of you. It's about, and you have to tell me, do you understand the question I'm asking? It's about the questions and statements under defendant's factual acknowledgements, just the statements themselves. Do you understand what I'm asking you?
You finished with the question?
I'm asking you, are you able to tell the jury which of those statements, if any, you saw for the very first time, or you heard for the very first time, the day you signed that physical paper?
I seen.
Hold on, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair, what's your objection? What's your objection?
The form of the question is no boundary
I
line.
sustain the question. You can rephrase, madam.
Was the day that you signed this paper the first time anyone ever talked with you about question or acknowledgement number 1?
Yeah, I signed the paper. No.
Was the day that you signed that paper the first time anyone had ever talked with you about acknowledgement number 2?
No.
Was the day that you signed that paper the first time, and let me be clear, read acknowledgement number 1 again.
Defendant Young Slime Light, aka YSL, is an organization made up of 3 or more members or associates who share common identifiers that include but are not limited to colors, hand symbol, terminology, who have committed crimes and intend to increase the notoriety, street credibility, and reputation of YSL.
Okay, and what is number 2 again?
Defendant is one of the founding members of Young Slime Light.
And number 3 is the day you signed that paper, the first time anyone ever talked with you about acknowledgement number 3.
No.
What about acknowledgement number 5? Would you read acknowledgement number 5?
When asked by law enforcement about defendants YSL and Rock Crew Tattoo, defendants truthfully advised law enforcement that defendant is a member of a gang called Rock Crew, but that group is no longer going by their name and now goes by YSL, which originally stood for Young Slime Life.
Is the day that you signed this paper that you have in front of you the first time anyone had ever talked with you
No,
about
no,
statement number 5 that you just read?
no.
Go down to statement number 9. Would you read statement number 9 under defendant's factual acknowledgement?
Defendant is a person referred to as Tick in a song by Young Thug entitled Ill. In the verse, she getting robbed by Tick.
Is the day that you signed this paper the very first time anyone talked with you about statement number 9 under defendant's factual acknowledgement?
No.
Now, would you read statement number 10 under defendant's factual acknowledgments?
On February 4th, 2021, defendant participated in a group chat with fellow YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, and YSL associate One Elite, aka Slime Like Shawty, wherein Jeffrey Williams stated YSL ruled the world, kid. Y'all just started bringing me the money. Man, y'all stop playing with me.
Was the day that you signed, let me see, are your initials next to statement number 10?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to put your initials there?
No.
Was the day that you put your initials there the very first time anyone talked with you about statement number 10?
No.
Now, who is Mooney Lee? How often, or did you associate with Mooney Lee? Let's start there.
Yes.
And going to statement number 11, are your initials next to statement number 11?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to put your initials there?
No.
Would you read for the jury statement number 11?
On May 13th, 2021, defendant participated in a group chat with fellow YSL founder Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, and YSL associates Martinez Arnold, Miles Farley, Trontavious Stephens, Antonio Sumner, and Winnie Lee, wherein Jeffrey Williams asked y'all ain't beat him up or shot him yet, then states y'all getting soft.
Was the day that you signed State's Exhibit 16 uniform the very first time anyone spoke with you about statement number 11?
No.
Let's look at statement number 12 under defendant's factual acknowledgments. Would you please read statement number 12?
The gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell drugs.
Are your initials next to statement number 12?
Yes.
Did anyone force you to put your initials there?
No.
Is the date that you signed State 16 uniform the very first time anyone spoke with you about statement number 12?
No.
Ms. Love, can we pause just a second? I think our jurors need to take a comfort break. So we're going to pick up at this point in time. So we're going to be in recess about maybe 5-10 minutes and we'll come back. Okay? All right. All rise for our jury.
Mr. Stephens, you can step down and take your break. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Our jury has left us. We're just going to take 10 minutes and then we'll come back, and our hard stop today is at 12, okay?
Yes.
All right, we're in recess.
Did you know that if you have an old YouTube channel, you could have thousands of dollars in unclaimed earnings, even if you've never even uploaded a YouTube video to this channel? Let me explain. YouTube actually